Hello guys, welcome back. It's illogical as always, my standard intro, but something a little bit different. This is the Nut House podcast, so it is, and the first person that we're going to have on with us is Sir Streaks. Introduce yourself there.
How you doing, people?
So, Streaks, we met, you were streaming?
Mm-hmm.
So you were in Iran, India, and then you says that you couldn't be parried, and then got parried, and then we became friends after that, so we did.
Yeah, that parrot was disgusting, man. I'm never gonna forget that, man.
I know you're never going to forget that.
I'm never gonna forget that, man.
So you...
Sorry, literally, yeah, I've literally, I plan my moves, 3-4 steps ahead of it, okay? And I planned this move 3-4 steps ahead, and I'd never knew if this worked. I learned this on the day, it was all perfect. And I thought, well, there's no way that he's going to be able to react to this. This has never come at him before. And this guy carried
it. Just doing my job, you know. It's just simple as that. No, so we've been how long have we been friends now for?
About 4 months. I'm a bit bad at stuff like that.
Holy shit, that's a long time.
That
is a long time. So it is, but no. Right, so both of us met in Elden Ring. Yeah, he was streaming at the time, and that was fun. So it was. You've seen me stream with him, and he was the first person that sort of came to my mind to put him on a podcast. So on that, there's what this is for. So it's like a mini podcast. It's more like a testing podcast. If anything else, because I'm probably gonna have to refine a hell of a lot of shit to get this shit done. So but no, the general idea to the podcast is basically we're going to just sit and talk Elden Ring, basically. And considering me and him sit on two polar opposite spectrums, because Streaks is what you would consider a battle mage of types, because he's a hybrid between melee and casting, whereas I'm pure melee. And I'm about as pure as you're going to get, because I don't use spells and I don't use incantations. Probably, but... They're probably my weakest points in Elden Ring is actually casting. So they are.
Yeah,
I should.
Might be my strongest point as well.
It's my weakest point and it's your strongest point. But the thing I was going to say is I might end up having to do incantations and sorceries only playthroughs. That should be fun. That was use the same format that I did with the Elder Goat.
That would be pretty cool for the playthrough anyway. If you're gonna play the game through, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Play the entire game just sorceries and incantations only.
And then you'll find out that when people saying that bloody this is hard mode, you'll find out that easy mode. You'll find out it's not easy mode. Unless you're gonna comment as well every boss. Well, you know what I mean? That's easy mode. I'll give you that. But
that would be so much fun. I wouldn't even argue that. I would do that out of badness. So I would. Just to feel the power trip. But no, right? It would just to feel the power trip. But no, other than that, right? We'll dig into the first major question. Now that we've got the intro out of the way, we'll dig into the first major question. What's your opinion on dual lances?
Oh my god! It's literally like, all right. This is what it should be almost 100% of the time. It should be an I win button. It should be. The reason it's not an I win button because I start pressing my I win button.
Your I win button's a Moonveil?
And no, actually, it isn't, because that's also not an I win button, unfortunately. It's just the Moonveil is just the strongest thing. When I say I win button, I don't mean literally just one. Well, I do actually mean literally one attack. But I just start spamming glintstones.
Oh, there's that too.
Playing that game.
Aye. No, I understand that there. But the thing is though, right, because it was mostly due to, it was actually mostly due to Genji. Because I swear I was holding off because obviously you've seen my Rampage videos, right? Yeah. And that was whenever I took the Wolf Goat out for a spin. They were just basically my standard Rampages. It was me. I was done with everybody's shit, so I started using all the bullshit, so I did. And that was just it. Like, of all the bullshit I've used, now I have used some really nasty bullshit, of all the bullshit I have used, the two that required actual skill to use was shockingly enough the dual lances and the serpent hunter.
You see, the reason why, here's the reason why I don't feel like it takes skill to use, is literally because just crouch poking is very effective. Like the range and growth, but like I commented, all the mechanical shit doesn't even matter because even if you're trash, you always have the ability to hit me and not be hit.
But then the thing is though, right? Because I tested it. I did test it, right? And see, whenever I was using it, I learned a lot. Do you know what I learned the most? I learned how to counter them. So I did. That's the scary part. I see using it. Like, you have to use it to know. But the thing is though, right? Because if you actually use dual lances, right, the actual moveset is incredibly fucking slow. So it is. The only thing that
I'm not like even the sorry to cut you, but even the single lance attacks are very quick.
Oh, why? The crouch attacks, but not the standard attacks. And the thing is that I discovered that the crouch attacks have one major weakness.
Go on.
Jump attacks. See if they're crouch poking you. See the second they hit you with the first crouch poke, literally just jump and heavy. They will poke under you and you will land on them.
Yeah, I keep hearing people say that, but what keeps happening, especially maybe it could be the weapon I use, maybe I jump too far every time, but I always jump over them.
Oh no, literally just do a neutral jump. See, the second they hit you with the first crouch poke and you jump, they will miss because they always have a tendency of straight up following up afterwards. All you have to do is jump and land on top of them.
I'll try that with Eloise. I did do a jumping R2 with her today with the just to clarify for those who don't know, Eloise has a magma.
Aye, the magma worm curved greatsword. That weapon is.
Yeah, magma worm curved greatsword. And the R2, the straight vertical thumb is quite nice.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about the one-handed R2, not the two-handed R2.
Oh,
Two-handed would definitely work in this situation. It'd probably even be more powerful, definitely. But I like that one-handed R2.
But at the exact same time, you also have to remember that I have used every single weapon in the game.
Yeah.
So I have now successfully used, and now I'm going back here. I'll give you a good laugh, right? I was using what was it happened? Who was it? And what weapon was it? Well, for a start, I got a good laugh with the veteran's prosthesis. So I did, and the only reason I used the veteran's recorded the veteran's prosthesis was simply due to the fact that Genji said it was shit. If you go into our text channel, Genji says the veteran's prosthesis is shit. And I laughed because I was just like, no, it really fucking isn't, mate.
Alright, here's my question to you, and I got a question for you.
Right.
What, when you say something is good, why is it good? Because I think that's why this is the reason why we always clash on whether something is good or bad.
Right, so.
I think I clash on with everybody when something is good or bad, actually, because I've got a specific reason why I say things are good or bad.
Right.
So why do you think that?
Right, so. Veteran's prosthesis, right? Now, if you've used the fist weapons, right? Particularly, it's the Qatar, the Veteran's prosthesis, the Cypher Pada, they all have the same thrusting attack as their running attack.
Yeah.
Right? Regardless to what anybody says, that attack alone is fantastic. You've had issues with halberds in the past.
That's facts.
Right?
No, that's complete facts.
Right, so there's one. The second thing is, it has lightning damage. Lightning damage is absolutely absurd in PvP. So it is. Because I think don't quote me on this, but I think that there's why everybody rotated to the Tree Sentinel armor, was because I kept boasting about the sheer amount of damage that holy damage does. Holy damage in PvP is scary. So everybody rotated over to lightning damage, or lightning defense. But the Tree Sentinels doesn't have fantastic lightning defense in comparison to other armors. So you can mess up high grade meta players with them. Now that's just that. They're also a multi-hit, so if you run the likes of the Rotten Insignia, you can get a shit ton of damage off of it.
Okay.
After that and then you've got the 2-part weapon art. For a start, the 2-part weapon art hits for about, if you land both parts, now it's not a true combo, but if you land both parts, it hits for about 1,300.
Yeah.
And the first part of it's a Storm Stomp.
Basically.
And the follow-up hits for serious damage. If you can play the spacing game with them, they are absolutely oppressive. The thing is though, unfortunately though, they still fall into the same category of the fact that they are a fist weapon. People don't like fist weapons. The only time fist weapons were fucking used is whenever they had a true combo R2. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
And
I
this,
didn't have a problem with the true combo, but I did have a problem with the amount of damage you could get off on it. It was
fuck that. The true combo would bleed. You got fucking hit twice and you were bled. Fuck that.
Yeah, it becomes pointless. I don't really want to run around and two-shot people.
You're doing the same thing, rinse and repeat. Where the fuck is the entertainment in that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're doing the same shit. This is why I can't get into the meta. But then this is the second part of the conversation, but I'll get into that in a bit. But this is why I do not like going into the meta, because all you see it's because I was talking to Genji. Genji even explained it to me and goes, see in high tier PvP, all you see is poise, dual lances, dual swords, the halberd offstock combo, which is basically a halberd rapier combo, dual pikes. Apparently there's the cancer of all cancers, and dual vikes.
Definitely.
And dual vikes. And that's all you're seeing. All you're seeing is all of the try-hard shit, and you're doing the same combo over and over and over again. Why does anybody find that shit entertaining?
I've never understood it.
And like, this is the thing, right? Because me and you're going to fall into the exact same place, right? Because, right, so this is what I was going to bring up earlier whenever I was bringing up the PvP, and you were in the conversation whenever I was talking to everybody in the Shack Boys, right? The way that I look at it is, if you take the PvP as a whole, like the entirety of PvP as a whole, right? 70% of the player base, for lack of a better word, they're not great. They're learning. Like if you're in the bottom, if you're in the bottom 70%, it means that you're new to PvP. You're learning. Like, you don't have the experience that I have. I've been playing since Demon Souls. Like, I have the experience. I'm considered a Souls veteran at this stage.
Yeah, same.
So I'm considered a Souls veteran, right? So taking that into consideration, they don't have as much experience, so they need time to build up those skill sets. But whenever they're using all the broken shit of the week, you're not going to develop that.
You're not developing your own playstyle. Like, that's the thing that I think about. Like, I really love about this game. I love the fact that you can take a bunch of random shit and make your character, like, a bunch of random stats, obviously to a certain point. And it's random because you're creating what you want, basically.
Oh yeah.
And a bunch of random weapons, and now they've added the Ashes of War that you can add onto the weapon and do almost whatever you want, basically. And you can make your own character. And to have everybody running around with oh my god. You know, if it was katanas or even straight swords, maybe not straight swords because they're really broken, but we'll get there. If it was katanas or even just any weapon that at least looked cool. At least. Like, who has 2 lances?
They look like... They're cosplaying as Beedrill. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Very good answer though.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. But no, you get my point at that stage. Yeah, they're cosplaying as Beedrill.
It's not fun. The moveset doesn't even look good.
No, it's fucking boring.
if it looked good, I'd be. You know what? Yeah, you see, I have a massive issue with even just like this whole running poking thing anyway, and just poking attacks. But you know that not the tree sentinel spear, but the there's I don't know, I think it's called the Golden Order spear, the spear that has Golden Order on it. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
the tree spear.
Is that what it's called?
Ah, the
No,
tree
not the one that
does the buff.
the no. The one that does the buff. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Sorry.
Because the only other one's the only other one that you're on the same line of is the Solarius tree, and I'm sorry, but that weapon's fantastic. I love free aim in that weapon art.
That's what I was. Wait, no. I'm not talking about that one.
Ah, it's the other one, the one that comes with the Sacred Order buff.
Yes. The moveset on that spear, or maybe just the way I've always seen people play with it, where they'll do a jump, R1, and it does a double hit, and then it's got like, it's actually cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's actually cool. It's hard to deal with, and I have. Do you know what I mean? But because it's hard to deal with and it looks good, like,
oh yeah,
I'm cool with this. Like, you're doing something cool, even if it is hard to deal with.
But right, back on. Well, we'll get back on topic here. But no, right. So the way I consider it is I'm a fundamentalist, and I would classify you as one too. But you're a different one to me. You're a fundamental caster. Make sense? Right? But the thing is, right, and I would say we're above average, right? So we would be in the top. We're in the top 20%. Or no, sorry, we're in the top 30, but we're not in the top 10. If that makes sense.
Okay, sorry. This is why I'm not gonna say I'm in the top 10 because maybe there are loads of people that are much better than me. But what I will say is that the thing is, all of these people that you're talking about play with a million poise and dual lances.
But it's not.
Running R1 with Hellbirds.
Aye, but it's not just that. But that there's not just.
Are they better than me? Like, if that person wins, is he really like? Could he beat me with my character? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, and I would still say that they would give you. The way I look at it is, from what I've seen.
Die immediately.
Huh?
If most of these people that you're talking about, if we was to give them my character, and I was to take their character, I would kill them immediately.
No, that's where the difference is, though. That's where the difference is, because this is what I mean. Because this is why I say we're in the top 20%. It's simply due to the fact that we don't do what the top 10 does. Like, I refused to learn what the top 10 know. The top 10 know all of the mechanics, all of the fundamentals. Doesn't matter if you're a mage, incantation wielder, a melee fighter, they know everything. They know every true combo, they know.
But if that was enough for them to be better than me, then they wouldn't necessarily use these shitty lances. Like, they don't, like, that's the problem. Like, this is why I'm sort of going into why it doesn't look good, because you don't want to do that, you just want to win.
But the thing is, though, there's the difference between us and them. Whereas whenever it comes to me and you, we are fashion over function. They're function to win. Like, the only thing that the top 10% care about is winning. They don't care about looking cool. They don't care if it looks fancy. All they care about is winning. And that's why, like, they're like, basically whenever they drop to low life, they're gonna roach. They're gonna switch to the Royal Knight's Remains. They're gonna switch out their talismans. They're gonna switch out their weapons and go full defense. They're going to try and squeeze every victory out that they can. There's the difference. When have you ever seen me switch to Royal Knight's Remains? Never, because I don't do it. And there's the thing. The top end. Yes, they use all of the bullshit of the week, but they will also use every unfair tactic as well, because to them, all that matters is winning.
What I'm saying is that's why I'm saying, like, I don't like this is why I'm saying they're not good though. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying every person that we're talking about right now isn't good. But what I am saying is, like, I don't I feel like the people that would be in that top 10% are the people that can play, can win with not. I'm not gonna say anything, but their main weapon isn't some bullshit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if they've got a sub weapon and they can win with that too, and they can win without a million points. Like I said, I think a lot of these things are actually crutches. Do you know what I mean?
But that is where the difference is between me and you, because the thing is though, right? I understand the context of the game, right? Well, you understand the context as well, but whenever it comes to rating your skills versus somebody else's, it gets into an argument, because the only way you're going to definitively fuck, I can't English. The only way you're guaranteed to know who's a better player is if the two of went 50 rounds, and whoever wins 26 can claim to be the better player. But that there's that.
But that's what I'm saying though. This is the thing. Like, as an example, yeah, we can go in the boxing ring. Like, me and you, we can go in the boxing ring 20 times. And every single time, I've got weighted gloves. Now you have to beat me with those weighted gloves. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm saying, well, I'm always gonna have these weighted gloves. So you're now, like, you've got to win at least, like, 7 times.
Oh yeah, but that there is the thing though.
That's what I'm saying. Not 7, sorry. You got 17 times. You have to 16 times at least. Sorry, yeah, 16 times.
But the thing is though,
11.
where the
so bad. 11. But why do you have to, like? What, in order to prove that in order for me to prove that I'm a better boxer than you, I should be able to take off the weighted gloves.
Yes, but there's
everybody with weighted gloves, and then you're saying, no, I'm better than you, and I'm saying, no, come, let's go.
But there's where the rules come in. There's where the problem is. There is no rules. Like, as says the top, like, if you go in, like, there's not a Discord, so there is the actual Elden Ring ranking Discord, so there is. And they rank all of the best players in the world, right? And there's tournaments every single Friday and Saturday that take place. And they have a listing of who the best players...
Massive crutch, right?
Huh?
Basically, everybody who wins is winning the same way. Because you're having an I win. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand if everybody has, a pistol in Call of Duty, but you've got a submachine gun, right? And the question is, there's no rules. Do you know what I mean? Like,
alright, I understand what you mean, but that there is the problem, is the fact that me and you simply view it differently.
Well, do you view the guy with the submachine gun as the best in the world?
No, I don't. Yes, I understand.
You view it the same then?
Yes, me and you view it the same. That's my point. But the thing is, though, is the fact that regardless of how you swing it, I would say the top 3%. Now, not like the top 3% of the 10% of players. You know what I mean? The top 3% could, hands down, use every weapon in the game and do what I do.
Yeah, and that top 3% right there, like, those guys, I'm never gonna be those guys. I'm only ever gonna be able to beat those guys. I'll never beat them though. I'll never beat them.
But the 7% that's in the bottom to that there is the 7% that are the likes of dual spears, dual lances, dual straight swords. But the thing is though, is 90% of them lack fundamental skill. That's the hilarious part of it. But the problem is the fact that yes, they are using crutches, but they're also using.
But this is why it's like all right, the thing is, I feel like objectively we could decide that these things are not actually fair. Do you know what I mean? And until they get balanced, they're not actually fair. I can't understand. I can't personally rate your play style.
But it's the same. But I get the same laugh whenever shit gets nerfed, because I'm nearly sure 90% of the fucking the 90% of the PvP players fucking quit after seppuku got fucking nerfed. Go fuck yourself. That was broken. They left whenever Rivers of Blood got nerfed. I sat back and I laughed. Like I said, it was after the patch that nerfed seppuku and all. I used to hunt white masks for fuck's sake.
Like imagine like they ban Rivers of Blood from every tournament, okay? But there's one guy who, no matter who he faces, even if he's facing the top tournament winner, he wins the match. But he's using
Like here's the thing. Here's what I found. Here's what I found very funny. Because whenever I was talking to Genji, there is only one banned setup in the absolute top tiers of PvP. There's only one banned setup. Can you guess what it is?
White Moss, Rivers of Blood, Exaltation. That got nerfed anyway, so.
Oh, I know. There's one setup that has been broken from day one, and it still hasn't been properly nerfed, but it is the one setup. Nope. Dual Spears. Dual Spears is the only banned setup. As far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, Dual Spears is the only absolutely banned setup. You're only allowed to, I think you're only allowed to use a single Vikes. You're not allowed to power stance Vikes. And even at that, I haven't lost a power stance Vikes in ages. I have slapped the shit out of everybody that's used it.
I literally, I'm only gonna lose if I try to fight you fair and square.
Oh, bang. See when you're fighting cheese boys? Like, who was it? I fought a guy the day. I think, what was it I was using? Was it the halberd? So I went back and used the Gargoyle's halberd because I two-tapped somebody with the Gargoyle's halberd the day. That was absolutely fantastic. But I was using the Gargoyle halberd and I came across this guy, and he had the dual straight swords, right? And I was like, okay, this is fine. And then he whacks out a free aim, kills me with a fucking ballista, and I was like,
nice.
I was actually like, yeah, holy fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit salty about it. Like, I got free aim killed by a fucking ballista. Like, I was a little bit salty about it. Like. But then whenever I went back in, I ran into him, I think 3 more times after that there, and I slapped him every single time. And I was just like, you're using dual swords, high poise, how are you failing at this? Like, I laughed because whenever I done my dual straight swords rampage, and I'm sorry, dual straight swords is one of the most broken setups in the game, and if you use it, you need a fucking shower. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Like, I find it hard to feel like you're better than me if that's your choice.
Like for example, take what happened whenever I went on my rampage. I used dual straight sword Storm Stomp, right? I did 15 fights. I won 14 of them only because I got greedy on the last fight. I got absolutely greedy, and your dude perfectly outspaced me. And that was it. That was how I lost that fight. If I had been played a little bit more reserved and a little bit more like the meta players play, I would have been fine. I would have won that. But the fact that I went on a 14, I won 14 out of 15 matches, that describes how broken the fucking weapon is. And the thing was the fact that I didn't even try to use skill. My job was run, jump, and continue on from there. I wasn't doing my fancy shit. I was just running at them. Oh, what's your opinion on the use of Storm Stomp? Right. No, my question was, what's your opinion on Storm Stomp?
Oh my god. You know what the problem is? See, I reacted like that because despite being hit by it, conceptually, I love the attack. I have 0 issues with the actual concept of it. I kind of don't. Am I correct in saying it's a 2-part hit?
No, it's just the stomp.
No, but the stomp. I'm saying like there's 2 parts of the stomp that could hit you, isn't it?
No, it's just though it's just as far as I'm aware, it just has a massive lingering hitbox.
Okay, so that's okay. So yeah, so that's like a lingering hitbox. So yeah, okay, that's fine. That basically explains the issue. So you do have to roll it twice in order to get out of there because the hitbox is lingering.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's possibly my issue with it. I would be way more happy if, as the storm stomp, it was like a reaction thing. You could stomp, the person could roll, you wouldn't get your stomp. You may get your follow-up attack. Do you see what I'm saying? You might get a follow-up attack.
That's what pisses me off, though.
Roll catcher. Like, I'm fair for that, but that lingering hitbox. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now that I know about it, like I've known that there's a lingering hitbox, I don't get like Storm Stomp is not a problem anymore. But getting hit by it isn't very nice because of that lingering hitbox.
I fucking hate Storm Stomp.
Probably not gonna get hit by the first stomp, but the lingering.
Yeah, get clipped by the lingering hitbox.
Like that's the. If I'm gonna get hit by something, it's probably that.
I fully despise Storm Stomp. See, ever since I used it with the dual straight swords, I fully despise Storm Stomp. It is just it's.
When you say despise it, like what do you think it's like? What do you not even?
If long story short, that there's gonna be my reason for running 100 plays on all my builds.
What, to avoid Storm Stomp?
Aye, Storm Stomp can't stagger you if you've got 100 plays.
Okay.
So.
Never gonna have 100 plays.
Aye, see that. There's the thing is a lot of my builds don't have 100 plays either. They're sort of averaging around the 80 range, so they do. But that's because you use the Bull Goats Talisman. If I take off the Bull Goats Talisman, it's in around 60, 70 sort of.
What's the okay, so at 70, so I've got 85 points on Eloise. How can I get 100 points? See, I said I'd never get 100 points, but I'd like 100 points with Eloise.
100 points, just heavier armor basically. Like a lot of my builds run the Bull Goat Greaves.
I can't change my armor anymore. There's no like the mixed physics. If I was to use the poison enhancer, what would that do for me?
The poise one? No, I wouldn't use the poise one. I would use the heavy equip load one.
Yeah, on the mixed physics.
The poise, I think the poise one only lasts like something like 10 seconds. It gives you infinite poise for like 10 seconds.
That's kind of fine though.
It stops it from being fucking broken.
Kind of fine.
Because if it give you infinite poise for any longer than 10 seconds, it's straight up broken. That means that nothing's gonna stop you.
Yeah, I kind of want that for Eloise.
But no, taking that into consideration, no, like that. I think the main reason why me and you can't get into the really like the high top, the reason why me and you are stuck in the top 20% is simply because we will not do what is required to get into the top 10. Does that make sense?
Yeah, this is why. That's the problem though, because the thing is that we disagree on is that 7%. That's the thing. We disagree on the 7% that are in the top 10.
Yeah.
And this is why I feel like we're higher up, because I don't like winning doesn't make you better. Like what makes you better is being better, and I think that.
Yeah, but how do you? But then there's the question I have to pose.
Learn the best combo in a fighting game. You can't just learn the best combo in a fighting game.
Yes.
Execute that best combo, like and like imagine all you knew was a touch of death. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't banned in the tournament. Do you see what I'm saying? And you just tanked hits until you could get that touch of death, and you won that tournament.
Yes,
I being the best in the world. How are you the best in the world?
But I understand that there. But the problem, but with the sheer fact of it is the fact that what is the defining metric of someone's skill?
For me, if I be honest with you, it's the top 3%. Top 3%. Like, look, we was talking the other day, and we was talking about like you're saying that you have skill of every weapon or every like weapon in the game.
Oh, give me about 5 pre-fights.
5 what? Sorry.
Give me about 5 pre-fights to warm up with the weapon, and I'll be fucking golden the rest of the day with it.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you've got like the best. You've got every weapon in the game, and my my response to you was I have the knowledge of how to dodge every weapon in the game, or do you know what I mean, how to fight against every weapon in the game. And obviously, for me, those are two great sides of opposing coins. If you see what I'm saying.
Oh, aye.
There's some people that think that you should play every character in a fighting game in order to be the best. I believe that I should be able to pick my character and beat every character in the game. Like, that makes that character the best for me, and that makes me the best.
Aye.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I understand that.
You know,
but the thing is, though, right?
I don't.
The thing is, right?
I'm not gonna pick, and the thing is, sorry. Let me just elaborate a little bit more. I'm
Yeah.
just not gonna pick that character and then learn that touch of death combo either. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I understand that.
Develop some sort of strategy against every character.
Yeah. I understand that. It's the same as whenever I'm playing. I have a strategy in mind as well, right? But the thing is, though, right? If we take it purely if we take the entire game into context, right? Now, personally, I wouldn't say I would win against the top 3%. I would say I would give them a run for their money at the very least. Oh, there goes your phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not responding.
Alright. I would say, me and you, I would say, could give the top 3% a run for their money. At least. If we were playing by their rules. Do you need a break?
I reckon. No, I reckon that if we were to fight the top 3% and they were playing on their favorite build that wasn't the build that they need to win, I reckon that the position that you would place us in would be higher.
See,
Top 3%.
I don't know, because I've seen what the top 3% can do. I've seen what they can do.
If I'd be really honest, and I'm not just trying to, like, do you know what I mean, like, gas you up, the only people that I've seen on the internet that I think are good, that I actually believe, yeah, that person's good, is you. There's a YouTuber named Rafe.
I've seen them.
Everybody else, I don't necessarily think these people are good. Like, everyone else, do you know what I mean? Like, and it's the thing is, it's super easy for anybody I'm talking about right now to turn around and say, well, I'll beat you. But it's like, but that's the point, though. That's how you have to do it.
Oh, I.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Don't
get me wrong. Just because I'm not throwing any shade out here. I have a bunch of other friends. Raging Poo, he's very good. Benya, he's also very good. But when I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm just talking about, like, people who are sort of strictly YouTubers. Those I don't know, including you.
I understand that sort of, right? But the thing is, though, right, the way that I look at it is, I'd say, yeah, I would say if we played by the top 3% rules, we'd give them a run for their money, right? The other 7%, my issue with that 7% is the fact that regardless of how well we play, we are probably going to lose more than 50% of those fights. And the reason why that is the case is because that 7% will do whatever the fuck it takes to win.
Hear me out, though. This is my problem. If me and you fight and you have weighted gloves and you win,
it's a hollow victory for a start.
If you win 51% of the time, okay, and you got weighted gloves, I'm sorry, bro, but in my head, I won, man.
Oh no, because you're basically cheating. The thing is,
I was supposed to lose. Yeah, I was supposed to lose 100% of the time.
Aye, but the thing is though is right. The thing is though is right. The way that me and you play, we play with a handicap simply due to the fact that if we went all out, there was nothing that's going to stop us. My rampages did more than prove that. That's the thing. Like, could you imagine if I decided to run around with dual swords?
There's so many things that I just refuse to even acquire for such a long period of time because I just thought to myself, what I'm doing to these people right now at Mag is too much. I don't really want to have that too. You know what I mean?
Do you want to know one weapon art? Here, no, do you want to laugh? Do you want to know one weapon art I still haven't picked up to this day?
I hope it's Flame Strike.
Nope.
Go on.
I have not, to this day, picked up seppuku. I still, to this day, have not picked up that weapon art.
If I be honest, I just don't like the idea of stabbing myself.
I don't like the idea of going into a fight with 20% of my health missing. The only reason seppuku worked before the Colosseum, Colosseums is because people had manners and let them double buff. And like, I don't know.
I stopped doing that after a while. I was like, no, okay, you can stab yourself one time.
No, I'm sorry. No, I go out of my way to make a mockery of people that done that there, because I think what one was it? I think I was using the crystal spear. It's the spear that the Crystallians use. I was using it, and I came into this dude's world.
He was using it.
Huh?
I thought he was using it.
I was using the crystal spear, and if you go find the video, you will find it. I went into this guy's world, and I was just doing the standard recording, and what happened? I was right. He had Blythe's helmet, Blythe's mask. I actually do think it was a YouTuber, because I've seen the same fashion from a guy. But he had Blythe's helmet, no chest, no gauntlets, and then I think it was the samurai leggings.
Yeah.
Right? And he double buffed with the seppuku.
Yeah.
And I think he bleed procced me like 4 times in a row, but I rolled through every single bleed proc.
Nice.
And he just looked at me. And he's just like, what the fuck happened? So I was just like, right, okay then. And then he healed up. Like, right, okay, I guess we're doing it this way. Are you okay?
Am I okay?
Yes, are you okay? Because you made a lot of noise there.
Oh, sorry. I itched my eye and I hit the headphone.
Alright. And he bleed procced me like 4 or 5 times. And I just sort of looked at him and was like, well, that fucked up. But it was the fact that it was every single hit he hit me with bleed procced me, and I was like, well, that's fair if that had a hit. And then I killed him, and I was like, I beat him, and I was just like, well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Like, it's just like the old seppuku was so bad.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Is that person better than you?
Fuck no.
Even if he killed you.
Fuck no. He's using a fucking crutch, so he is.
This is why I really want you to just change your mind on that 7%.
I can't though. I can't unless.
Ultimately, you agree with me.
Overall, I agree, but at the same time, the problem is I do disagree, because the problem is I know for a fact if I go in against those top 7, I am going to end up losing more than 50% of my fights, simply due to the fact that I'm holding back.
It's just part of me just feels like I wouldn't know. Part of me feels like I come up against really like anybody who's trying to 2-shot me is probably good. Do you know what I mean?
It's not even that there. If you go in, right, I'm sorry, but the likely odds is right now, I would say you would have solid odds against somebody who's using dual lances, right? But see, whenever it comes to dual spears, I am sorry, but the top 7% don't give a shit. They will run you down with dual spears every single time of the day. And there's where my issue is.
Shall I tell you who I feel like is? Shall I tell you who I feel like is the top 7%? Yeah.
Who?
It's the people that come in with just a normal weapon, like, you know what I mean. And when I say a normal weapon, I just mean anything but dual lances or dual spears, and then they absolutely surprise you with their doing all that tech and it actually working.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
But there's what I mean.
Like, those are the people. Those, like, for me, in my opinion, I think you count those people as the top 3%. But for me, I count those people as the top 7%. Because most people doing, even if they're doing all that shit, aren't, it doesn't matter. Like, this is why I don't. That's literally why I don't like learn it. Like I learned the quick step backstab, and I just don't care. I don't need to do all of that. That's
Yeah, you don't need it to win.
Like,
Aye, but they do.
Why, like I can't do it on reaction just yet, but I could learn it. I could, like, I know how to do it, so I could learn how to do it.
But there's what I mean. You're not. But there's what I mean. That's what I mean. You're not willing to do what it takes to get into that echelon. You're the same as me. You won't do.
I'm smoking the people doing it though.
I know that, but the thing is though, is once you get a little bit higher, then it gets scarier. Like there was, who was it? There was one. Whenever I started Elden Ring, is his channel still up even? Because his favorite weapon was Morgoth's curved sword. His favorite weapon was Morgoth's, and by fuck, he put work in with that weapon. But he was using it from day fucking one. Let me see if I can find him here. There we are. There, his name was Pren. He hasn't uploaded in 6 months, and he put work in. His skill level was absurd. So it was. His content's actually very similar to yours. So it is. His content would be very similar to yours.
That sounds interesting.
And
that sounds like somebody I'd like to fight.
And see, his skill level with that sword was fucking terrifying. He hasn't uploaded in 6 months, so I don't know where he's went. But see, his skill level with that weapon, even I'm scared of him. I fought him 3 times. I won 1, he won 1, and the last one ended in a draw. We haven't fought since because he kind of vanished after that. I don't know what has happened to him, but he was fucking terrifying. So he was an animal. See, curved greatswords, like if I would have put anybody up in the top echelons of PvP, it would have been him. And I'm sad that he disappeared.
And that sounds like, because this is the first time I've heard about this, and that sounds like this was before Curse Greatswords got the buff.
Yeah, this was back at the very start of Elden Ring.
Yeah, so like that's before the Curve Greatswords were actually the best weapon in the game. Right?
Yep, long before it.
Do you know what? If I be totally honest though, I will say this. I like the fact that they tried to move the meta somewhere random. Like, I like that. And I think that maybe I'd probably prefer to get running attacked, constantly running R1 with a curved greatsword than bloody dual lances, man. Jeez. Like, those things are so good right now. And it's like, it's still oppressive as well, if you know what I mean, because it's better than, you know, what I want to do. But it's more fun to play against.
Yeah, but no, he was the one that sort of taught me to fear curved greatswords.
Do you know what I mean?
So he was the one that taught me to fear curved greatswords, and that was before the buff. So it was him that sort of demonstrated to me that yes, don't laugh at curved greatswords, because if you fight someone who really knows what they're doing, you're going to get slapped.
Yeah, once I took out that bloody bloodhound face.
And I says to you, you need to respect the weapon, but you just laughed at. Oh no, the weapon's terrible. Then you use it, and then you discover how disgusting it actually is.
Yeah, it was, and the thing is, it was stylish as well. It wasn't even do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even I'm just gonna do the best thing right now to win, like a meta technique. I'm not gonna do that. I play how I play.
Yeah, you play how you play, but that there's what makes them so dangerous, and there's what my point is the fact that the thing is, as you say.
That's, on top of that though as well, yes. This is why the meta should go where it's going, because you're allowed to play in a fun way. It's not this stupid law. Nerf them from soft. Please.
Yeah, the way we play is the way that, in my opinion, the game should be played. But you always have the super competitive people, Look, if I went full blitzkrieg competitive, I'm gonna learn everything. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just suffer from burnout at that stage. I have been playing this game for over a year now. So I have. I've been playing this game for over a year. You still there?
Yeah, me too. To be fair, actually, I played since it came out. Yeah, I'm still here.
I've been playing from it came out. And that there's the big thing that a lot of people tend to forget. Like I've done like the thing is though, like I now have the moniker of I have now successfully used and videoed every single weapon in the game. So I have.
I'd like you to do me a favor. Can you send me your video of the Makila straight sword?
The Nagi Kiba?
Let's see what you said about that.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll send that over. I'll send that your way now. So
Let's see what you said about that sword.
I think I was actually quite fond of it.
Video.
Huh?
Not in your video. I'm not saying the information was just about your video. But I'm saying that I've just discovered this sword. And oh my gosh, it is great.
What sword's that?
I don't understand why I've never. The Makila straight sword. The one that's got sacred blade on it.
Oh, Mekala's straight sword. The Makala one?
Yes.
Oh, it's a fucking savage.
It's amazing, and I've never heard of.
Oh, the damage on it, and see the R2? See the charged R2s are roll catch god.
Oh yeah.
Absolute roll catch god, so it is.
This is what I wanted to hear. I'm so glad. I'm not gonna lie, I was testing your knowledge just a little bit because
I've used every. Give me an R weapon and I'll tell you exactly what it is. Give me an R weapon.
Okay, what about the Cane straight sword?
Cane straight sword, shit.
The Cane straight sword.
Low damage and it's weak. There's nothing unique enough about that weapon that makes it any good.
This R2 is unique.
It's a thrust.
Okay. It's not. It's a weird little swipe thing.
Oh no, it's the same. It's the same R2 as the broadsword. Absolutely fucking that broadsword beats it, and
Okay.
broadsword absolutely slaps it out of the water.
The L'Aquila straight sword.
The what?
Yeah, the problem is I don't really read these names, so I know what the name looks like, but like I don't read it.
The Makila sword. Is that there not the straight sword that you were talking about 2 seconds ago?
No. The magic one. There's a magic one.
There's a magic straight sword, huh?
So there's like there's like 2 magic straight. There's like 3 magic straight swords, but I'm not talking about the one that also comes in the rock form.
Right.
I'm talking about the other 2.
You've got the Lazuli and the Carrion.
Yeah, that one.
Carrion.
Those two.
Carrion's good. The Lazuli's a little bit weaker. It just depends on your build. Carrion's better on a quality build, whereas the Lazuli's better on a pure intelligence build. The main issue between the two of them, is the Carrion has Carrion Grandeur, which is a very hard weapon art to hit. It hits hard if you hit it.
Yeah.
The main thing is the two of them. The two weapons are absolutely identical, so they are in terms of moveset. I would say Lazuli is slightly worse though. Even though it has a better weapon art, it's slightly worse simply due to the fact that the Carrions just has a shit ton of range to it.
How do you feel about that R2 though?
The R2 annoys me, primarily because it always roll catches me.
I learned.
Those two weapons are just roll catch beasts. See if you trade and they roll away, just R2 them. It is like it's savage, like proper savage.
It does the blood break. It does the shield and then it's the slash.
Yeah, I posted that there in the YouTube content section of the Discord, so I did for you.
Okay.
So you should be able to view it there. But that is the Michaela one, so it is. But yeah, no, I says you can bring up any weapon and I can tell you exactly what's got. What I can tell you the straight up opinion I have of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'd say the best way,
Like I said, I just. Go on, sorry.
like for well, one example I'll give you is the one that you're currently favoritizing, which is the Great Worm Sword. You see, the best way I can describe that weapon is nuclear bomb inbound.
Yep.
You land that magma guillotine, you are going to mess up anybody that hits. Plus, its AR is like what, 800 and something. I used it.
Well, it hits. Well, it depends. Are you getting them with the full Ash of War?
No, I mean like the AR of the weapons, like over 700. Like the weapon is absolutely devastating in terms of AR. Like the weapon is.
Yeah. The AR is 700 and something.
Aye, and if you hit the weapon art, you're easily hitting for 800-900.
Yeah.
So you are like if you land that weapon art, the fight's more or less over. So it is like the weapon art is beastly.
It's finished.
Huh?
It's finished.
What's finished?
If you get all of it, it's finished.
Oh, if you land the whole thing, yeah, it's game over. It is just straight up game over. If you land that full combo, that's it. They're dead. Just sheer end of story there, like.
See, but the thing is, you see the difference between, for me, that and everything else is that literally that's not necessarily easy to hit. It's not easy to hit.
It's not, but it can be made easier.
Yeah. The thing is, I took so long to even try that weapon because nobody's hit me with it.
Oh, nobody's hit you with it because you see it coming.
From like the start of the game, so why would I let you hit me with that?
Oh, aye, like why would I? Well, you could ask the same. You could ask the here. You can ask the dude that I hit with the Serpent Hunter weapon art.
I've been hit by that though, the Serpent Hunter, but never like I've never been in a duel and then somebody's just powered up that attack and hit me.
Aye, no. The thing is always I've looked at it, like. But there's the thing though, is like that's me relaxing. Like I was doing the Serpent Hunter video as a rampage, and then all of a sudden I went, fuck it, I'm going to use the weapon art. Like this is the thing, is I can't maintain that insane try hard train of thought for that long. I just can't do it because for me maintaining that there is just boring. I'm not having fun whenever I'm just trying to try hard the fuck out of it. Huh?
I don't think hitting somebody with the weapon art is a try hard material, man.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I don't think even trying to hit someone with the metal is try hard mentality.
Look, I'm happy. I've used every weapon.
Only crouch poking is.
Would you like a laugh? Would you like a laugh just to finish off this podcast? Oh. Right? Yo. Right? So, I'll give you a laugh here just to finish this off. So, I've actually managed to land carrying grandeur on someone.
Oh, me too.
Do you know what the best part of it was? I hit him while he was mid Bloodhound step. I've even remember I was saying like I love the Tree of Celeria. I sniped somebody out of Bloodhounds.
Yes.
So I've sniped somebody out of Bloodhounds. But no, I think that we can wrap it up here. That there's us hitting it just about an hour, so it is. So yeah. Thank you for joining me, and let's hope to God that this podcast actually went well. I can't wait to see how this edits. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just I'm waiting for you to say your exit.
Sorry. sorry. Oh yeah, thank you very much for listening. Enjoy. Hopefully, maybe we could get some fights in. You can enjoy some of our streams. Like catch me on my YouTube, which is Streaks XG. I've got a little series going. It's called the Moon Assassin Streak Saga. And catch me in Illogical Streaming.
Oh, always going to be fun. As it says, the podcast will be more refined as time goes on. This is the first one where this is literally just a test. So it is. So there's probably there's things that can be improved, no doubt. But it's just a case of we'll work on it as we go. As is, I don't have the actual proper software for this shit, so I'm just sort of I'm just jerry rigging a podcast together. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. And guys, I shall see you all in the next one. Bye.